Hi folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my review of the DYU C1 step-through e-bike. So who's it aimed for? Well, like I say, it's a city bike, so like commuting maybe, or just going out for a ride around the town, around the countryside, lanes, canal towpaths, that kind of thing. You've got 26-inch tyres, 2 inches wide, so they're not the fat tyre version, but they do offer some degree of comfort. It's very, very stable with them being 26-inch wheels on there, so nice and easy to handle, and a great seating position as well, very much sort of like sat up and looking high as you're cycling around. So very comfortable to ride for riders of all sorts of heights as well. So Mandy's had a go, my wife, and she's just over 5'3", so the seat is quite a low position for her. She found that quite comfortable. I've had a ride of it, I'm 5'10". The seat was a tiny bit higher, but the seat can go all the way up. So we've got disc brakes all the way around, cable disc brakes, which are really good, quite effective. We've also got 7-speed Shimano gear set on the back, which is controlled via these little up and down shifters on the handlebars there. I think this is one of the first bikes I've seen with an integrated display. So the computer display is integrated into the handlebars, and I really like that. It's very neat and it looks very, very top end, high end sort of styling. And you can control it via this little sort of ring of controls here to turn on and off, to go through the 3 modes, which are sort of like power modes between eco, default and sport. And in each, the eco is obviously a little bit of power, where you'll get around about 100-kilometer range if you use the gears and cycle assist. Default you'll probably get around about 40, and in sport mode you'll probably get around about 20. Again, sport mode really does, as soon as you start moving the pedals, it really does crank along and gives you some assistance. You've got a nice little bell on the handlebars as well on that side, and a little light control as well for the front light. So that turns the front light on and off. Sadly, there's no rear light, don't know why. All it would have taken was a bit of wiring and another light at the back, and they would have been much better, but you do get a reflector on the back there as well. Over on the right, like I say, you've got a throttle control as well. Very comfortable riding position with these nice soft rubber grips with palm support, and you can change the angle and you know, sort of like positioning of the handlebars should you want to sit further forward or sit further sort of like that. So yeah, it's much like the seats, the handlebars can be adjusted quite a lot. You've got a 10 amp hour battery sitting in the frame here with a little lock release, so that you can just kind of like turn the lock, open the battery compartment up and take the battery out. But you don't need to take it out to charge. There's a little charge port down here that allows you to instantly get access to the charge connector, so you can just leave it in the frame all you want. The key doesn't switch on and off the battery, it's just simply for releasing the battery or not, so you don't need a key stuck in the side all the time. Nice comfortable pedals, quite wide pedals as well, so that's quite nice. It's got a 250 watt rear hub motor, so yeah, that does get you along quite nicely. There's no rear suspension on this, but it has got front shocks, so you do have the option on there to lock the shocks out, so there's no movement in them at all, and then also to adjust the preload on the shocks as well, so that's pretty good. And they have attempted to hide most of the cables through the frame of the bike as well, so that's a nice little feature. I love the frame style, like I say, step through. So anyone can ride it, you know, you're not going to have to step over a big frame or anything like that. Simply step through, nice and wide, nice chunky frame as well. It's not too heavy, comes in around about 26 kilos fully with the battery, and about 20 kilos if you take the battery out. So quite lightweight in all fairness, nice aluminium frame. And you've got a kickstand. So you have a stand there, so you can leave it stood around. So you've got a nice rack on the back there with this sort of clamp and strap system built in. Had some beers on there before, went over a bumpy road and everything like that. Kept them very safe didn't shake them up, didn't fall off. So really good. Obviously you got mud guards as well, because England and rain and mud. And I really like these little tiny little flips at the bottom, just as a little accent piece of the good mud guards. Quite cool. So you got spoke wheels, and on the spokes you got nice little reflectors as well. You got safety reflectors as well on the pedals, and a safety reflector at the back. Assembly was very straightforward. So the front wheel is quick release, and they give you the quick release mechanism. So all you got to do is slot that in there and basically clamp the wheel in place, and that's done. I had to install the handlebars into the headstock, and the headstock came twisted the other way around, so that was done as well. So what you have to do then is tighten up these 2 bolts here, so that fixes the headstock in place, and then basically clamp the bars down, install the pedals, and install the rear kickstand as well. So very easy assembly, obviously amazingly well packaged, everything's come perfectly well, you know, sort of pristine condition, no issues with that. I did have to adjust the brakes a little bit, just to give them a bit more grip, if you like, or a bit more bite. So a few minor tweaks: inflate the tyres, front mudguard went on, front light went on, and then off we went out for a ride. And like I say, very, very comfortable, very easy to ride, very stable. So yeah, really good bike. Maximum rider weight of 150 kilos. Right now, amazing price. I think with a few discounts applied, it's around about £800. So yeah, pretty cool. Nice bike, love the colour, very comfortable, and yeah, great city bike. And just sort of like, you know, if you love canal towpaths and going around little towns and villages, this has got to be a cool bike to look at. Right, thanks for watching my video. All product links are in the video description down below, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks folks, see you again, bye.